What's up, guys, boys and girls? Mom Vernon Kid here, back again, and welcome back to another Geek Thought. How you like that? I told you I was gonna come with something. Anyway, we saw Phase 4 of the MCU. And we can already tell what some of the movies for Phase 5 is going to be. One being Blade, which I will talk about in another video. Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. What's others? Hopefully Fantastic Four, things like that. But, having said that, we're going to talk about Thor, Love and Thunder. And I wanted to talk about this for a reason because my thoughts on it is simple. I have no problem with Portman coming back. I always thought she was done with this. I think she didn't want to come back for the role, things like that. And I was just, okay, you don't want to come back. That's fine. Then either kill her off or do something else. Or I thought, they were going to recast Jane Foster. They did it for the Hulk, but they didn't. She comes out and she's happy, smiling, and Mr. Waititi gives her a I hope I'm saying his name. Gives her a Mjolnir, and she holds it up. So basically, it was implying that Jane Foster in this movie, who will become the mighty Thor. That's what they're calling her. They're not saying female Thor. But a lot of people are asking the question but Thor's still in the universe. And my question is not even that. My real question is the fact of how is Jane going to get a hammer? Who makes it for her? Will it be Idrit, the head of the... Or will it be somewhat created for her through other means of sorcery or so? I have this big feeling, and these are another thoughts I'll get to soon. But that's the biggest question. The movie will somewhat take place in the same universe. It's not a different universe. And plus, the movie, they said, will happen before Guardians 3. So, okay, now that's the question right there. Okay, so what's going to happen? And when did this happen? But the whole concept also, I feel, is this could be the opportunity to bring in characters from the Thor franchise that we have not seen. That we have not seen before. Like the Carnella, the Norns. As well as even who I feel may be the main villain. And I feel strongly, guys, that this woman right here will be the villain. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who this person is, this is Amara, the Enchantress. Why not? Why not bring the Enchantress? She was a villain that we all have probably been wanting to see in Thor. Hell, there's so many Asgardians I wanted to see in Thor, but I'm kind of glad they didn't, because after what they did with the Warriors 3 and Sif, I think Sif could be redeemed. They just may have to recast her. If Jamie Alexander is not going to come back, or a lot of people say Jamie Alexander, she had some problems. She got a little pig-headed and whatever. I don't know. But, hey, let somebody else take up the role that is going to be more appreciative of playing Sif. But I have a strong feeling that the Enchantress is going to be the villain. It'd be really cool. The whole concept of Love and Thunder, it just gives me a sense of they could go with the Enchantress. I mean, it would make sense. The Enchantress has always had an affection for Thor, but Thor's never showed that affection back for her. And in the comic wise, he always loved Sif. And the Enchantress, you know what the Enchantress did to Sif? Turned her hair black. Yes, in the comics, Sif's hair was never always black. It was a different color. I think it was blonde at time. So she changed it to being black, so she would think, Thor would hate her and, she would look ugly. But Thor, that's not the way. He was always loving of Sif. But in the MCU, Sif and Thor are more like childhood friends that never became lovers. Thor went right to Foster, and that was it. But still, they could still do Thor and the Enchantress. Why? You could easily write a story that maybe the Enchantress got banished from Asgard. And maybe the banishment was as long as Odin was alive or something like that. Odin dead. So there you go. Go with the flow. I don't know. I'm just throwing out an idea. But I really hope that it is the Enchantress as the villain. It would be so cool. Or they could bring in a lot of the villains that we saw during Aaron's run of when Jane was Thor. There was the Minotaur man. I'm forgetting his name right now. But the biggest questions I have are, where's Jane going to get her hammer from? Because it can't be Mjolnir. Cap took that back to where it needs to be in history. So, and in current history, Mjolnir is destroyed. I doubt she'll get Stormbreaker, because from what I keep hearing is that, yes, Beta Ray Bill is going to be in Guardians 3. So, okay. So, I'm thinking it's going to be a custom-made hammer or a new hammer, similar into the way Thor Girl here has her hammer. Her hammer was custom-made. For those who don't know who Thor Girl is, her name is Taryn. She was saved by Thor when she was a child, and she's very powerful. And she took on this look to honor her savior. But there's more to her story than that. But she's never been brought into MCU. I would have loved it, but it never happened. But yeah, man, like there's all those things. And more importantly, I've said it before. I tweeted Natalie Portman. I've just said on Instagram, I was like, just have fun, with the role. Please, she's saying I'm gonna be totally different. Like, meaning she may be gonna get jacked up in shape. I don't think too jacked, but enough where you're like, whoa, okay, she looks in shape. Have fun with the role. Please wear a helmet. Like, please wear that helmet. I mean, I want her with a helmet. Like, that's the biggest thing with Thor with me, is that he's not wearing his traditional helmet in this. I'm like, that still irks me. After all these years, it still irks me. They couldn't find a helmet that was more, suitable. I don't know. Loki wears it. His work fine. Like, why can't? It is what it is. But yeah. My thoughts on Thor, Love and Thunder. I'm cool with it. I have no real ill will towards it. Let's see where this goes. But hopefully my pick for the villain is correct. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, that's cool. That doesn't blow my head up, but it just makes me realize that I've been reading these things for too long, so I know who they may be interested in using. The Thor franchise, in terms of villains wise, they kind of ran through them enough. Some of them need to be brought back and redeemed, like Surtur. Surtur was interesting. He's the one that destroyed Asgard, but it's just like there's so much more to Surtur than just what you saw. But to each his own, right? Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys tell me in the comment section below, what do you truly think of Thor, Love and Thunder? Yes, there's going to be 2 Thors in the MCU. And Natalie Portman is reprising her role. I also told her, you're not going to be a damsel anymore. None of this damsel in distress BS. Don't fall into the Princess Peach bitch. Shouts out to Dashi for that. But yeah, don't fall into that crap. I hate Princess Peach. She's the uber damsel in distress, and I can't stand that character. I cannot. So when I see damsel in distress that remind me of her, fuck out of here. But other than that, you guys take care. I need a drink.